Hey everyone, this is David Pike, the Motorcity Mechanic. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the latest recall that's come out for the Ram pickups, and that's Recall U74. U74 pertains to an issue with the tailgates on some late model Ram pickups. Now previously I shot a video called "Why Does the Tailgate Open by Itself?" In that video we went real in-depth to show a failed part and what caused it to fail. And it's that situation right there that Chrysler decided to fix and launch a recall for. So make sure to click the link up above to check that video out. But in today's video we're going to discuss U74. Now it pertains to the model years 2015 all the way up to 2017. And the series of trucks are 1500, 2500, and 3500. Those not included are those with the 8-foot bed. And what I'm going to show you in this video is the actual repair procedure, the repair part, and the step-by-step installation of that part. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and talk about the situation that caused the recall to come about. Now one or two things would happen. Either you would hit the door locks, or you would be driving down the road and when you hit 15 miles per hour, the rolling door locks would engage. Or remember that the tailgates on these trucks have a door lock actuator. So it would actually go to lock that actuator, but over a period of time that locking action would actually hammer on this little bracket built onto the assembly. And it eventually would break off. So from that point forward, every time the tailgate would lock, it would move the actuator too far and it would actually pop the latches. So you'd be driving down the road, either going to accelerate or hit a bump, and all of a sudden the tailgate would slam down. Well, if you had anything in the back of the truck or if you were towing a trailer, damage to the truck could occur. So that's why the recall is here. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to remove the access panel to get access to that actuator. And I'm about to show you what the piece is that we're about to install. The recall doesn't require us to replace anything. Instead, we're going to be installing this rubber block. And its sole purpose is to prevent that actuator from traveling too far. So on the back side of the tailgate, we've got this access panel that we need to remove in order to get to that actuator so we can install the recall part. Now it's held in place with a total of 8 T30 torx bolts around the perimeter. Now if all the fasteners are removed, all we got to do is lift up on the panel. And then we got access to the actuator assembly. So looking at the assembly, you can see the electrical portion right here. And we also got a rod going to the driver's side latch and a rod going to the passenger side latch. If you remember in the previous video, the problem we were having was the actuator over traveling and over a period of time hammering on this little metal stopper right here and eventually breaking it off. Once it did, it allowed the assembly to over travel and actually pop the latches slightly. So once you went down the road, rolling locks engaged, the actuator moved, so did the linkage, and it was just a matter of time when you either hit a right size bump or something in the road that the tailgate would open. So the fix for this actually involves doing a slight little modification to the electrical portion, which I'm about to show you. So the first thing we're going to do is actually pull the rubber boot loose from the body of the actuator. When we do that, it exposes the white piece underneath. We can actually extend it if we need to show more. That recall piece is going to slide between the two halves down in here inside the open cavity. So what we're going to be doing is pulling that boot out of the way, giving us access to the two white plastic pieces, grabbing that recall piece, sliding it in between, pushing down until it's fully seated. It's got a lip on the upper and lower side so it cannot fall out, yet it can slide up and down the shaft if it needs to. And basically what it's going to be acting as is a stopper. It doesn't allow the actuator to travel no more than it needs to at this point. So the only thing we got to do now is put the boot back on. And that's nothing more than grabbing the little fingers on the boot and just lifting it up and working it around the lip on that actuator. Just making sure that you go all the way around the perimeter, that it's fully seated. So at this point, all we got to do is install the access cover and the 8 T30 Torx balls around the perimeter. And so that you don't damage anything by tightening it up with a cordless tool, we're going to do it by hand. Now you know everything that's involved when it comes to the Recall U74. The parts are available, so definitely contact your dealership and schedule an appointment to have it done, if it applies to your truck. If you liked the video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up on YouTube. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you got any comments or suggestions about anything you saw in today's video, or anything Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram related, you can always email me at david@motorcitymechanic.com. Also, if you like to shop on Amazon, make sure to use the link that's in the description below this video, and any purchases that you make will help support this channel. Once again, everybody, thanks for watching.